guys, welcome to the channel, and this is another part of my mini wedding venue series. So the whole idea of this series is basically I realized one day that there's not a whole lot of wedding venues on the gallery, at least in different themes, and I thought, well, you know, it'd be kind of a good thing to explore different types of weddings in different venues and with different decor and things like that. So last week we did a vintage wedding venue, and I'll provide a link to that down below if you haven't checked that out yet. But yeah, so pretty much every week I want to do a different venue, a different theme of wedding, because, you know, all of our Sims are different and their styles are different, and I thought that would be really nice to do. So this week I am doing a bohemian inspired wedding venue that's in the desert. I saw quite a few pictures of bohemian desert weddings, and they're so beautiful, and I wanted to capture that in The Sims. So what I did was I decided to build on the 50 by 50 lot in Oasis Springs. That's where the park is normally, in Oasis Springs. And what I did was I basically wanted to do a southwest kind of vibe to it. The main building on the lot is Adobe, or Adobe inspired, as best as I could do it in The Sims anyway. Yeah, so the actual ceremony is outside, surrounded by cacti and rocks and desert foliage, and I really like this idea because I wanted to make sure that when you're taking pictures of your Sims getting married, that they have some nice scenery around the ceremony site. So everything works. I did test it out, and it is on the gallery if you'd like to download it. My @name or my username on there is IrrelephantSims. But yeah, so I really enjoyed building this. I was actually like stressing out about it because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do this week. I have a list of different wedding venues or themes rather, that I wanted to do. So yeah, it was a little stressful to get it all together, but I managed, and especially because I was almost done with the build, and I think I had just done like part of the building and the ceremony site. And my breaker in my apartment literally went out, so it crashed my computer, and I hadn't saved, unfortunately, so I lost pretty much everything and I had to rebuild. But I'm not necessarily upset about it now because I ended up building a better Adobe building than I had originally done. So yeah, I'm not that mad, and it turned out better than I expected, so pretty happy about it. So in this building, it's in this first building, there's a bar upstairs, and then there's a Bridal Suite and a few guest suites on the bottom in case you have family or friends that need to stay, you know, overnight or whatever. You can do that. And then the building that's right next to the main building, which you'll see in the future, that is where the kitchen is. And then the reception area, which you'll also see later, is kind of in the middle of the two buildings, so it's almost like a courtyard in a way, but it's all outside, and I thought that was pretty fitting for a bohemian wedding. And unfortunately we only have 2 wedding arches, and they don't go with a whole lot of things, and so that's why I put the curtains behind it to make it a little more elaborate. I think I might use that again, possibly for a beach wedding, and I'm pretty excited for that. Next week, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. It's either going to be a Moroccan themed wedding or a contemporary kind of minimal modern wedding next week. So I'm pretty excited about that too. But yeah, here I'm just working on the second building. The top floor of the second building isn't accessible, but if you really needed to, I'm sure you could put some stairs in there and have that be accessible for whatever you need. So this part is the courtyard area, or the reception area. It's right behind the ceremony area. So right after your Sims get married, they can, go to the reception area straight away, and you don't have to go to anywhere fancy. I thought maybe that the couple was a very, laid back kind of couple, and they love the outdoors, and, maybe they are okay with people just wearing casual clothes to the wedding, and yeah, just hanging out, having a good time in the desert, and I thought that would be good for this type of couple. I also thought, since it's more bohemian, that it would be nice to have mismatched chairs that looked maybe a little bit vintage or upscaled. And I love these chairs that came with City Living, I think. They have like certain illustrations on them, and I thought that was very bohemian, so definitely use those for the reception area. So this area of the reception, I wanted it to be kind of like a dance floor, kind of hangout area. I saw this picture of a really like old looking couch and some chairs with a van. Maybe it's like a food truck or something. I thought that would be really cool for this type of wedding. And so I put that there with a dance floor and a DJ. I just thought that was a really good place for it, because it's right next to where you would sit down for food, and it's right next to the kitchen and the ceremony area. It's just all in the same place, so I thought that would be a really good place for it. So I won't show you too much of the kitchen because it's just a kitchen, but this part is the kitchen area, so in case you forgot to make a cake, or you have a caterer, they'll have a place to make the food, do what they need to do. I wanted it to look a little bit more on the side of Spanish influence, kind of older looking cabinets. I think that this build in particular, maybe it was really, really old, since most Adobe, like original Adobe structures, are very old. And then maybe it was just renovated to be a wedding venue, or in this case, a lounge. It's technically a lounge. Because I don't think that I was thinking about making it a park, because you can have weddings at parks, but I didn't want to have any of the random stuff that I didn't need, and I didn't really want to put it in a basement either, and then have a bunch of random kids show up to the venue. So I think I'm gonna make all my wedding venues as a lounge, but you guys can change the lot type to whatever you need it to be, of course. I don't mind. So right now I'm working on the guest suites. They are single beds because I'm pretty sure that's all that could be, that's all that could fit in these little rooms. But if you really needed to, I'm sure you could, expand the building a little bit if you wanted double beds. So the only other double bed is in the Bridal Suite, which is here. And I thought it would be so fun to use the brightly colored, some of the brightly colored objects from the movie Hangout Pack. Movie Hangout Pack was kind of bohemian in a way, very colorful, very bright, a lot of pattern. So I used quite a bit of that pack in this build, and I love the blue dresser that came with the Parenthood pack. If you don't have the Parenthood pack yet, I did use a few objects from that pack, but it's not one of those make it or break it type things. I only used a few things from that pack, so you should be fine. It'll probably change the object to something else you already have. So yeah, that should be good for you guys. So guys, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna be decorating the front area. I guess it'd be kind of like a lobby, where whoever's organizing the wedding or managing the venue kind of works up here in the front, and then I'm gonna have another seating area kind of in the middle of the build here where I'm placing the rug. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I'll have a little machinima at the end for a build tour. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.